week's video is going to be about our preparations for getting out on the canal down towards Chesterfield. Paul handed in his notice at work yesterday, didn't you?
Whoop, whoop.
So he's feeling very relieved. He's got a week left to work. He's going to do a bit of agency to keep us topped up, but life's going to change.
What, you're flogging me to death again?
So we are now heading into Castleford to pick up our repaired inverter. So we'll have some 240-volt electrics back, which will be a real treat, won't it?
Once a while, did it?
And then we're going to head down to West Stockwith to have a look at the lock, so that we know what we're going to be up against when we go down there on the boat in just over 2 weeks' time. So we'll keep you posted. We'll do videos on the way, and then a bit later in this video we'll do a bit about the planning of our route and how we're going to get to Chesterfield Canal, how we look up different timings for the amount of time it takes to get places on the canal, and the maps that we're going to be using. So hopefully you'll find it all quite helpful and interesting. Please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and like, help us grow the channel, help us with the old algorithm on YouTube, and thank you to everyone that's subscribed already. This is Thornlock, which is going to shut on the 4th of April next to Stanlands Marina, so that's why we're going to cancel our blacking here, so we can get out through this lock and head down to Keighley to get onto the Trent, so we can go down and do Chesterfield Canal. So this is a different lock to any of the others we've used before, because it's got a swing bridge next to it as well. So we will post a video when we do it in a couple of weeks' time. Here we are, entering West Stockwith. It does feel like it's out in the middle of nowhere, lots of very flat countryside to get here. We're nearly at the canal. So we've arrived here at West Stockwith. Here is the mighty River Trent. It's very windy, sorry about the wind noise. So we're going to be coming from that way, from Heathby. And I can see why people bounce off the walls to get into the lock, because it's quite narrow. Did they get to there? Do it. The river's flowing quite fast. And there we go. We will of course video it when we do it in a couple of weeks' time. This is the start of the Chesterfield Canal. I've seen plenty of pubs around, there's a brewery, so lots of places we can go and explore whilst we're here for the week, because this is where we're going to back our boat. We just need to work out where the yard is. So this is where we're coming to take the boat out of the water to black it. Boats come out on trailers. And there's the pub, which is nice and convenient. As you know from later in the video, at the weekend we went and got our inverter back from Castleford. Paul installed the inverter on Monday evening. It was all good. We had 240 and 12-volt electrics. Everything was up and running again. Tuesday evening he was putting some of the panels back on, some of the control panels, and now we have no 12-volt electric. So I did joke to him and say maybe the 12 volt's tired, has been working on his own all these weeks. Hopefully it is something simple and straightforward. It was just too late for him to sort it out last night, so we managed with USB rechargeable lights last night. Got no running water at the moment, so that's good fun. Hopefully this evening, once he gets home from work, he'll have enough daylight to be able to get it sorted. So we were going to sit and plan our trip and give you some insight as to how we plan our trips and what apps we use, what maps we use, so we know where we're going, what stoppages there are likely to be, problems, etc. So we normally start off with Nicholson's guides. So the first one we're going to be using is the Nottingham York North East one, going down to the River Trent, to West Stockwith, and then onto the Chesterfield Canal. We're going to spend a few weeks on there. So we've checked the Canal and River Trust website for stoppages. registered for stoppages in the area. At the moment, apart from Thornlock closing on the 4th of April, there's no planned closures, so unless there's any breakdowns, hopefully that should be okay. And I've actually checked right through until the end of October for the areas we want to travel over the summer, and at the moment there's no stoppages anywhere. I can't believe it's going to stay like that. I'm sure there'll be things will happen because that is canal life. So again, I've registered for all of the canals that we're going to be using right through to the end of October, so it's quite a long list because we're going down to Birmingham and Derby and then back up the Trent and Mersey to the Cheshire Ring. So we've done all of that and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So the River and Canal Rescue have a app you can download and maps you can use, and you can put in where you're travelling from, where you're travelling to, how long you think you're going to take in the locks, and it will tell you an estimated time of how long the travel should take, so that's really helpful. So we do use that as a rough guide. Obviously it's not completely accurate, it depends how fast you're going, how often you stop, things like that, but it's a good guide for how long a trip should possibly take you. We've joined the Safe Trentlink group on Facebook, which has been really helpful for planning our Trent leg of the trip because we haven't done the Tidal Trent before. So yes, their help and advice has been really helpful, giving us an idea of the times we should be planning to travel with the tides. And we've got a buddy that we're going to travel with as well who has done the Trent before, so I posted in the friendly Narrowboat group on Facebook as well, asking if anyone wanted to buddy up with us for our trip. And the ladies come back to us, so we're going to be going with them as well, so it just gives us a bit more confidence. I'm quite anxious about doing it. I don't think Paul's quite as anxious as I am, and I'm sure it will be fine. It's just something new we haven't done before, and different things to be aware of. Have to have a VHF radio, which we have got our VHF radio. We haven't actually charged it up yet, so once the electrics are sorted we can charge that and make sure we know how to work that before we go. We've bought an anchor, we've got new life jackets, we've got a pack of information that we need to sit down and read over the next week or so, so we're just as well prepared as we can be. We've spoken to the lock keepers at Keedby and at West Stockwith, so they're expecting us. They've given us the times to travel, and when we get to West Stockwith we will be seen in there by the lock keeper that end. We've watched a couple of videos, we'll probably watch a few more yet, and hopefully it'll all go smoothly. Whilst we're on the Chesterfield, we're going to take the boat out of the water to do the blacking ourselves for a week, so that'll be an interesting week, and then we're going to head down towards Derby, down to the Trent and Mersey. So then we'll use this book, the Birmingham and the Heart of England Nicholson guide. These are really good, not only for planning your route, but they also have a lot of information, local information in, so it gives you ideas of what you might want to do when you're in the area as well. On our trip from here up to Keedby, we've got to stop and look at a boat on the way, which someone that's seen us trading here has seen us a couple of times and asked us if we'll consider painting his boat for him, and he wants roof boxes made as well, so we're going to stop and have a look at his boat on the way up and see if it's something that we think we can do for him, and then we'll have to plan that into our trip and summer months and when we're going to do it as well. So it's been my last day trading here at Kilnhurst today. It's been good to do it for a few weeks, get used to it, get into the routine of getting all the stock out on the boat, starting to see what lines sell and what lines don't sell, so we can further develop what we're going to do. We've picked up a box of pint glasses this week so Paul can do some more glass engraving. We've been to Imhouse in Sheffield, which is a big charity run organisation, bought a few more things that we can upcycle and display on the side of the boat for sale as well. So our whole ethos, as we've said before, is to recycle and upcycle, try not to buy anything new if we don't have to, and give our money to charity when we are buying things. So apart from the stresses of the electrics not working properly at the moment, we are really looking forward to Friday, Paul's last day at work, and then we can start our travels properly and really start exploring the waterways, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and come along for the ride with us. The one other thing we have done before we set off on our travels is join the River and Canal Rescue. They're like the equivalent of roadside assistance for a car. We haven't had it whilst we've just been local because we haven't been going very far at all, but now we're going out further afield, then obviously the risk of things going wrong is bigger and not being able to solve them ourselves. just be aware, if you are going to join River and Canal Rescue, that it does actually say you need to join it 4 weeks in advance of being able to make a claim. We actually forgot, so we have joined it, but we're going to be 2 weeks joined before we start travelling, so let's just hope we don't need them in the meantime. So we hope you found some of that interesting.
Very much so.
He's back.
Yay! Don't know where from. Sorry.
So the electrics are getting there, aren't they?
We're getting there slowly. Yes, I've buried myself in a cupboard and played with a few wires and electric shocks. Look, no hair. Yeah.
We've had hot running water today, so that's been a real treat. We haven't had that for weeks, have we?
No, we've found various different things. I've just got to find the source to connect it up to now. So yes. Anyway, beyond wombling.
I'm sure we'll do another video at some stage about the electrics.
I'm sure.
And we're going to draw ourselves a wiring diagram, because there isn't one. So there's always fuses, isn't there?
Fuses, wires, more wires, more wires. Anyway,
that's off the subject.
Yes.
I will put the links below of the Nicholson's guides that we've used, the River and Canal Rescue, Canal and River Trust, all of the things that we've talked about that we use for planning our trips. I'll put the links below, so hopefully if you need to use them, that will be helpful.
That's good. Thank you very much. I'll
And
be able to use them.
Last day at work day tomorrow for you, isn't it?
Don't tell everybody. They'll all want to join us. I've got a few that have said they're going to buy a boat and just follow us up the canal.
So it's really exciting, because as of tomorrow night, we're off down to Gorilla Bar.
Boom.
And then our travels start properly.
Shock horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you put up with me for that long?
Oh, I'll have to, won't we?
Okay.
Anyway, have a great week.
Have a break from me. We'll see you next week.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done already. We do really appreciate your support. And we'll have some more exciting travelling for you next week in the first leg of our journey towards the River Trent.
Boom. Yes.
Which I'm very nervous about. You're not as nervous as me, are you?
I'm more nervous about getting through the locks.
Anyway, we'll take you with us on the journey, so please follow us and you can join us in the ups and downs and the perils.
New adventures, new sights.
Yes.
See you next week.
Bye.